Morning, everybody. Tori with Soper Firearms Training with you here this morning. This morning I wanted to get a little review out there for you. As I got started doing classes, I quickly realized that because I typically do deal with students who are either A, never even been around a pistol, never held a pistol, never fired a pistol, maybe they don't have a lot of hand strength. I quickly realized I needed to get a smaller caliber. I needed a 22. I can only imagine. I mean, if you've never been around guns and some dude hands you a full-size Sig Sauer or a Walther or something, I'm sure they're a little intimidated. So I decided that maybe I better get a 22 and let them maybe get started with that, and then graduate them to the 9mm a little bit farther throughout the class, if that would make them feel more comfortable. So the search began. I got on the YouTubes, I started watching reviews on the 22s that are out there, talked to some friends, other instructors, so on and so forth, and made a decision. This is what we went with, right here. We went with the Taurus TX-22. Now, yes, I heard them. All the eye rolls, all the dude, it's a Taurus. Taurus sucks. They're crap. I hear it. I do. I hear it. But let me tell you, I've had the G2C in my hand, the G3C in my hand. I've shot them. I've shot the full-size version of the G2, G3. Yeah, Taurus has had some issues, but they're really stepping up their game. Understanding it's still a budget gun. This is not an expensive firearm. So does it have the greatest sights on it? No. Greatest trigger? No, not really. But when you're talking about a budget gun for somebody that's just getting into it, this is not a bad option. So let's get into this thing. All right, what do you get? Well, of course, you get your handgun. Now, I am in a safe direction here. We do have an empty magazine, and we do have an empty we do have an empty chamber. That's not as big as a 9mm hole. So, what do you get when you purchase this? Number one, you get the pistol. You get two 16-round magazines, and we're going to talk about the magazines in a minute. You also get, and I like this. This is the suppressor lug. You break it down. I'll show you how to break it down here in a minute. But you take the cap off and you put the lug on, and lo and behold, your suppressor ready. Now, I don't know if I'm going to put this on. I haven't decided if I want to try getting into the suppressor game or not. They're expensive between the pieces themselves and the tax stamps. I haven't made up my mind. The other thing you get in the box, let's set her down. We'll put this aside. You get, well, the screwdriver doesn't come with it. Get your owner's manual. Read your owner's manual. Always, always, always. This is not my first pistol. It is my first 22. Not my first pistol, but I always read the manual. Yeah, always, always, always. You got some paperwork for a Viridian laser or a holster, which might not be a bad idea. NRA stuff, and then it comes with the lock. Of course, it comes with the lock. Okay, well, so that's everything that comes in the box. Let's talk about the gun itself. Okay, so the etching. Typically, I'm not a guy that likes to have their gun all prettied up, and because you're in and out of the holster training, this and that. It's going to get scratched up. But this is not a defensive pistol for me. This is nothing I'm going to carry. Yeah, I do like this. This is pretty cool. But like I said, this pistol is for my students. It's not for me. It does have the 3 white dot sights. I'm not a big fan of them. I would prefer a fiber optic up front. That's just my choice. The rear sight is adjustable, height and windage. When we get to the range, we'll check on that. It does have an ambidextrous thumb safety. I'm not a fan of thumb safeties to begin with. I haven't trained with them. Just not something I've been into. I will say this it works. I mean, just doing it here, it's very tactile. Here's the problem I have with it. If you were to carry this and you're in a holster, it's a little tough. It's doing it right here, it's not a problem. But say my hands were wet, or I'm shaking, or I'm under stress, this is really easy to miss. Of course, I'm doing it now, but it's easy to miss. But it is there if it makes you feel better. The slide stop is not ambidextrous. It's just on the left side here. The magazine release is reversible. It does have a rail on it, so I will be putting my Mantis on at some point, and we'll play with it with the Mantis a little bit and see what happens. Magazine release. I do like the magazine release, and it'll shoot them out. It really did. I like it. And I can get it with a full grip. Not quite as easy, but yeah. The grip. I really like these grips for just a 22. No, you're not going to get another back panel. You're not going to get side panels. But it feels good. The gun does feel good in my hand. I don't hate it at all. Here's where we're going to have, and again, this is a budget pistol. This is not a high-end, but the trigger here is something we need to talk about. It is a little grainy as you're coming to the wall. It is kind of grainy. Now, when you get to the wall, there is the tiniest little bit of creep. The break is crisp. I mean, it does break really well, but it is a little grainy. But again, not a self-defense pistol. This is just something that I'm going to shoot cans with, or just have some fun with. You know, when I'm not doing the serious part of training, I'm having a little fun. This might be a fun little pistol to shoot. Reset though on it is very short, a very, very short reset. Again, a little bit of creep and a nice little break. Let's talk about these magazines a little bit though. Like I said, this is my first 22, so honestly, I don't know if this is normal or not, but it's plastic. And is this normal on 22s? I don't know. I've shot friends. I've shot them, but maybe I'm just not remembering. And I don't remember this little slide stopper thing here. It's kind of a pain. I'll call a buddy or something and say, hey, is this normal? If you don't have a lot of finger strength, this might be hard to hold down while you're trying to load it up. I don't know, but again, budget gun. I don't think for a budget gun you can't expect, steel magazines and that. Tearing this thing down is very simple. It's really easy. I'm just gonna basically grab it. Oh, I gotta get rid of the magazine. Gotta get rid of the magazine. Pull it back a little bit. Pull the tabs down. Pull the trigger, and there you go. That's it. Hi folks, here we are. We're at Bear Arm Shooting Range over here in Ashland, Kentucky. We're going to do our first shots on the Taurus TX-22 here. First magazine, I'm going to use these Aguila 22 40 grain rounds. And then we'll try these CCI stingers, the hollow points. We'll see how the hollow points do through it. I've got the target at 10 yards right now. I'm just going to, number one, just check the sights. Just make sure we're even somewhat close. And then we'll go from there. Let's check it out. All right, that's 5 rounds. Let's see. Now, you all know me. I prefer the red dot. I'm not a big irons guy. Oh, shoot. I got to remember. Can I tell you right now, it is a little high. So let's grab my little screwdriver here. And now I can't remember which one brings it down. That's why you bring the book. We'll just have to remember. What thing really zings? Initial shot. So I really like this little pistol. Well, let's see how that did. Now, see, now I got to remember. So it did bring it down. There's 1, 2. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm actually kind of quite happy with this right here. I'm sure it's me. I'm kind of over here. I'm going to bring it to the left, just a smidge. I'm sure that's me. Okay. Back that way just a smidgen. Let's remember, let's just kind of try to remember where those are at. So let's bring it down and to the left just a little more. Okay, we got the magazine loaded back up. Let's see how she'll do. So I'm going to tell you, now mind you, like I'm a dot shooter. That kind of vision for me is a little bit tough, but I'm aiming right here, right at the X, and all my shots are kind of right here. I need to get them down that way, but I think I'm okay with that right now. We'll work on that a little bit more later. Well, let's see here. Now I will say, as far as adjusting these sights, there's no clicks, so you just kind of have to turn and just kind of remember where it's at. But I gotta tell you, my initial right now, I am loving this little pistol. I really, really am. I'm enjoying this little gun. When I'm down a little bit more, let's give that a try. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm hitting the same mark on the way down there. It could be 10 yards, it could be 11, it could be 9. I don't know. Well, that was me. Let's bring it in, check it again. So it's a little high and right, not a whole lot, because I'm aiming right here, and this could be me. I mean, it really could. But I'm really liking this little pistol. Let's have a little fun. So now I'm going to use these CCI hollow point 32 grain. Let's go about the same distance. Let's do some headshots. Ooh. Okay, so it did not like that. I don't know if you can see it at all. Let's try that again. Now I will say, these little hollow points have got a little bit more flash. That's going to be interesting to see on the video if we can at all. But here we go. These two I know were me. I blinked. But let's load it up, a couple more magazines, and let's have some fun. Okay, here we go again. Let's just have some fun. Let's try and take out that parrot. Misfire. Failure to feed. So that's, what do we have, 50 rounds or so? We got one failure to feed. I'll have to count the rounds up later. I don't even know what I've shot. So let's bring you in a little closer. Let's see this. Now, grant you, I haven't showed you after each little round there, but you know, as far as accuracy goes, I'm not going to complain at all. Not one bit. All right, folks. Well, there you have it. For me personally, I'm enjoying this little pistol. We're at what, 50, 60 rounds, I think. 10, 20. Yeah, that's 50, 60, 70 rounds. One failure to feed. Again, this is nothing I'm going to carry, so one little one. Now, we did have the one problem with the hollow point, and I'm guessing I'll have to play with that, but I'm guessing I had too many in the magazine and it just wouldn't feed it in. But anyway, yeah, this is a fun little pistol. If you just looking plink around the backyard, have a good time, something for students to kind of get used to being in the fire, to having a firearm in their hand. As far as I'm concerned, this is it. I'm really enjoying this pistol. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Have a great night, everybody.